bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Yo! How you doing? Yeah, Fade to Black, bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah. Today's Wednesday, November 10th, 2021. Let's do this, man. 313 days into the new year, only 52 days left. We're live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere. A total undisclosed location, but it is beautiful. Yeah, that's right. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and the UnX Network. Race Hobbs. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Tonight is another Fader night with open lines all night long. Why? There's no show tomorrow night. That's right, it's Wednesday. You don't have to adjust your sets. You don't have to redial the tune knob. No. It is indeed Wednesday, and we're going to do Fader night tonight because tomorrow, as all of you know, I am on the road. Heading out to Laughlin, Nevada for the Starworks USA conference. And it's going to be great. I'm pretty much ready. I know last week we kind of joked about a gold lame suit because on the schedule, let me see here. Let me pull this up. Okay. So on the schedule, for those of you that are attending, let's see. I think it's Saturday. It is the gala dinner, and the colors are blue and gold. And so I said, "Hey, I'm gonna get me an Elvis suit. I'm gonna get me some gold lame." I couldn't pull it off. I thought that I had it dialed, and the suit that I wanted, I couldn't get until like December 18th or something like that. So that was out of the question. And then anything that was kind of usable, I couldn't get it in my size, and just not available. So I was pretty bummed about that. But I'm not going to disappoint. Oh no, I got the blue and gold going on. So it's going to be great. So that is this weekend. I depart tomorrow, and got my hair cut today. I got the dry cleaning, and I'm good to go. I'm good to go. So I'll see everybody in Laughlin. If you are making last minute plans and you've decided to go, and you should, go to Starworks USA, StarWorksUSA.com. Get your tickets. You could probably just roll into town and get yourself a hotel room. There's plenty of hotels there. There's the Aquarius Hotel and Casino. You could probably stay there. And you can probably get tickets at the door. You could do that. And if you just want to do that last minute thing, you just want to show up on Saturday and you want to miss the variety show tomorrow night, that's up to you. Roll into town. Come and hang out with us, right? You want to spend the night Saturday, right? The gala dinner. Yeah. All right. So I'm very excited. Oh, man. Just to see some happy faces. So anyway, that's what's going on. That's why we are having Fader Night tonight. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. Oh, no, I was going to say something personal, but I was out in public today and struck up a conversation with somebody at a store. I'm going to go that far. And this person, she was a she, kept making points and saying, does that make sense? And it said it like 5 times. You know, what? Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Okay, well, but I was, does that make sense? I got to go. And oh, man. Anyway, all right, moving on. Let's get to the breaking news. A toxic layer of foam. Right there. That's it. That's the headline. A toxic layer of foam. It's a movie. It has coated parts of a sacred river near India's capital on Wednesday, today, as Hindus gathered on its banks to celebrate a religious festival, and some devotees bathed in the foam. The white froth, a mixture of sewage and industrial waste. It formed over the last week in sections of the Yamuna River, a tributary of the holy Ganges River, which flows about 855 miles south from the Himalayas through several states right there in India. The pungent, stinky, nasty foam contains high levels of ammonia and phosphates. Obviously, there's some breathing problems, skin issues, and they're bathing in it. I just posted this video right before the show tonight of the Boston Dynamics robot dog Spot. That's right. Spot is creeping me out. I don't know, some people are enjoying it. It's a new video in which the cyber creature dances perfectly in sync with Mick Jagger in the video for the Rolling Stones' 1981 hit, Start Me Up. Boston Dynamics notes in a YouTube caption for this video that 40 years ago, the Rolling Stones debuted their iconic Tattoo You album. Great album. We're helping them celebrate. And here you have it, Start Me Up, taken from Tattoo You in 2021. The 2021 version. Now, you can watch the video on the official Boston Dynamics YouTube channel. I've got the links up in social media, Facebook and Twitter. And it's twisted. That's all I'm going to say. Go check it out. And speaking of YouTube, are you ready for this? I hope you're sitting down. There are going to be some upset trollers. Ah, yeah. You know who I'm talking about. YouTube. YouTube is removing public dislike counts. What? Yep. The visible tallies, right? You know what I'm talking about, of how many people click on that thumbs down for a video. And you know what they do? They go and they just come in for no reason. Video hasn't played yet. They're trolling. Don't like whoever it is. click the dislike button and they just click it and tell their friends and click it, and they just run around roving packs of doofusness. Right? You know what I'm talking about. Well, Google's video site, the largest source of online video on the planet, with more than 2 billion monthly users, said the move is designed to impede the dislike attacks and those trolling harassment campaigns. The dislike button itself is staying, and this is the best part. So trollers can still dislike videos, right? But it's there so they can privately express displeasure all by themselves. That's right. The public count of dislikes will be totally gone in the next week or so. YouTube started to roll it out earlier today. Life is good. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, the one, the only. What? Jimmy, Marine Corps birthday, 246 years today. My love, Brian, is a Marine. Good for Brian. Right on. That's Brian with a Y. Right on. Tracy Morgan, today, 52 years old. 30 Rock. I've been talking about 30 Rock a lot. I binged it all. It's good stuff. Eve, today is 43. Barbershop. That's right. One of the greatest quotes in movie history. Who drank my apple juice? That's right. It's still one of the best. She got that Post-it. Dave Loggins today is 74. Sang one of the greatest songs in music history, and I watched it live today, live version of it. Watched it twice. Please come to Boston. He was the second cousin of Kenny Loggins, right? Okay, Loggins is a Loggins. But they didn't know each other. They didn't meet till way later in life after the fame. That's crazy, isn't it? Our dead guy's birthday today is, I need a moment of silence, please. It's a good thing because yes, I agree with you, Third Stone. Third Stone is amazing. Our dead guy's birthday today is Greg Lake, 1947 to 2016. Died at the age of 69. Bassist, guitarist, and record producer. He gained huge international fame as a founding member of King Crimson and, of course, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, otherwise known as ELP. Greg died in London on December 7th, 2016 from cancer at the age of 69. On this day in history, 1975. Crazy. The SS Edmund Fitzgerald sinks in Lake Superior, killing all 29 crew members on board. The disaster was immortalized, of course, the following year in Gordon Lightfoot's The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Fader fact. Here you go. It's a singer night in this section of the show. It's singer night. Our fader fact tonight is Shakira. Oh, that's right. What was that song called? That big hit of hers with the shaking? I can't remember. Somebody posted. What was Shakira's hit? It escapes me right now, and I should have it in my notes, but I don't. But here's your fader fact: Shakira was rejected for the choir in her Catholic school because her music teacher thought that her vibrato and voice sounded like a goat. I love you guys. I love this show. I love Wednesday nights when it's Fader night. Jimmy, you are the best. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Madeline. Hips Don't Lie. Is that what that song was called? Hips Don't Lie? I read somewhere, it's another Fader fact, Shakira, 98 years old when she cut that video. I did not know that. She's married. Wasn't she married to like Pele or something? He's 99. All right. So, River Moon Coffee, River Moon Wellness. You know what I found today, going through some boxes? I found my David Letterman Late Show coffee mug that I bought at the Late Show gift shop in Manhattan, 1995. Yep, found it. I'm just, man, wow. That thing is, it's like 26 years old, man. Is that officially an antique? Hips don't lie. Is that it? River Moon Wellness, Fade to Black blend. All right. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I know where I'm going. This is where I'm going. Check this out. So, earlier today, I went and guest hosted. You can say co-hosted. I'm a guest in the world of Christina Gomez. I'm just a guest. She has allowed me to co-host with her. She's calling it co-hosting. I'm calling it a privilege. But so I went and did that earlier today, and I've been, doing this Histories with the Mystery with Christina now. It's been a few months. I'm not even sure how long it's been. Maybe it's been longer. And but I've watched Christina really grow, and I've watched, and I used to tease her. And in a kind way, right? But just trying to just push because she's got real talent, and today I saw something that I knew was always there, and I was like, man, I'm proud. And then it hit me. The UnX Network. The UnX Network. And right now, we are in the second week. That's it. Of the UnX Network, which officially went live last Monday, November 1st, the day after their Halloween launch, which was so much fun. And, today's November 10th. We're in the second week. We're not even through the second week. And they are number one. That's right. They are the number one network, taking over everything in very short order. And now, you always hope for this kind of thing. And I'm very proud of this community and what it represents. But Margie Kay and Race Hobbs had the vision. And they truly, and I'm speaking from everything that I've got, they truly wanted to bring the very best. And that was the conversation, not only in what this network would eventually accomplish, to be the very best network, but to have the very best content and programming. And they have. And to leapfrog, to do what they have done, just overtaking. It's because of the programming, and it's because this community recognizes excellence in programming. I'm very, very proud. And And then I just thought to myself, it's shows like, it's personalities like Christina Gomez. And I went and I did this for you. I put this together. Listen to this list of this is a brand new network. They have shows like Ancient Connections with Billy Carson, Dreamland with Whitley Strieber, Christina Gomez and Shifting the Paradigm, the Micah Hanks program. And Micah Hanks ain't done because he's also got Sasquatch Tracks. I love that. Sasquatch Tracks with Micah Hanks. Somewhere in the Skies with Ryan Sprague. Into the Paranormal with Jeremy Scott. Most Haunted with Dan Terry. Unexplained Phenomena with Ben Hurl. Strange Recon, Jeff Kingsbury. Inner Light Mysteries with Johnny Enoch and Susanna Lotus. 3 PNR with Adam Rodriguez. UFO Chronicles podcast with Nick Bleepin Hunter. Dark Matters Radio with the legend Don Ecker. Unexplained Phenomena Australia. And every day you have Margie K coming in with the UnX News. That is a network. And to go so quickly, when you go to TalkStream Live and you see the veteran programming that is supported by huge networks and corporate money, right? Think about that. And the UnX Network, number one. And that makes me proud. And so today, I'm talking to Christina. And I brought up the UnX Network. And I said, so, yesterday. And she goes, man, I was so nervous. Right? and I see this sparkle, this light, and that energy, that vibe, it's there with Billy Carson, right? It's there with Micah Hanks. It's there with Ryan Sprague. It's there with Jeremy Scott and Dan Terry, Ben Hurl, Jeff Kingsbury, Johnny Enoch, Adam Rodriguez, Nick Hunter. And I am just proud. And to have the giants of Whitley Strieber and Don Ecker on this network, that's why it's number one. And I want to thank this entire community for the support and the amount of work that Race and Margie put into this. I cannot, there is no words, nothing I can say that you would understand with the amount of work that went into this. And for them to get that kind of reward, to see the support from this community and to see that action going on, they deserve all of it. And this is the thing. This is only the second week. They've got years of work ahead of them. And it's only going to get better and better and better. So there you go. Christina Gomez made me go through this mind thing today. And I do it on, how did we get here? How do you get to number one? How do you get to number one? And I just looked back, Race and I, instead of talking all day on the phone and planning and strategizing and thinking and doing all that we have done for the last 3 months, that's trailed off a bit. I only talked to Race today for like 3 minutes. Thank God. Just wearing me out. But I think about that. How did we get here? I know how we got here. I know exactly what they went through. And that last 2 weeks, not the 3 months, because that was insane. That last 2 weeks and that last week, it was like there are literally 1,000 things to get done. You have 24 hours in a day, so which means nobody's sleeping. That's it. And to get to that Halloween night premiere and to have, I'm just going to say this. I was going to hold back, but I'm just going to say it. To listen to Margie and Race speak clearly was a miracle. A miracle. Thank you, Race. Thank you, Margie. Thank you, community. You guys are the absolute very best. Now, I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to come back to your phone calls. This is Fade to Black. It's the Wednesday night edition of Fader Night. Why? Because I got to go and work for the next 3 or 4 days. I'd like to say I'm taking tomorrow off. I ain't. I got a long drive. I got to set up the booth. Then I'm going to hit me an Italian restaurant right there at the Aquarius Hotel and Casino. I'll be right back after this short break. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and the UnX Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll be right back. 747-228-2051. Stay with me.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years, and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
The new KUNXDB, the UnX Network, bringing you the best in paranormal programming in premium, high-definition streaming audio and video. Log on to the network at unxnetwork.com and check out the growing lineup of programs, including Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and many more. Sign up for the free UnX newsletter, follow the UnX blog, or pick up the latest edition of the UnX magazine. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out at unxnetwork.com. Tap the show page and the calendar so you never miss your favorite live shows and podcasts. We are your portal for all things paranormal. The X, explaining the unexplained.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is the Wednesday edition of Fader Night. How you guys doing? I'm in a great mood knowing, see, this is the thing. I know that I'm escaping the madness tomorrow. I know I'm out of here, man. I'm blowing this popsicle stand. I got the Jeep packed. I got my hair cut. I'm wearing clean underwear. I brushed my teeth. I haven't shaved. It's all good. And River Moon Coffee. River Moon Coffee. RiverMoonWellness.com. One day, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to be just like Race Hobbs. I am. How you doing, Race?
What a magnificent day that'll be.
What a magnificent day that'll be. See, I don't have that kind of nad. It just doesn't swing like that for me.
You need to stop. All right, now what's echoing?
What's that?
Something's echoing.
Man,
or it was.
No. See, that's the thing. Good? Oh, we're way good over here.
How you doing, Jimmy? It's
Man.
Good to talk to you again. It's only been a week.
Yeah, I know. And do you feel? hey, Race. Seriously, a lot of work, man. But congratulations.
Look, I had to call in. I just wanted to give you my thanks. Without any doubt, the reason that we're able to achieve those, such strong representation out there is because of Jimmy Church. We're building this show. Building this station around the show. And you have been instrumental in helping me, achieve so much in such a short amount of time. So, a substantial amount of that thanks should go to you. And I could not, I couldn't sit here and enjoy a Wednesday night Fader night and hear what I just heard from you. Call in and just tell you,
Race.
We should be thanking you.
Race, I didn't do nothing. That's a bunch of lip service. I didn't do nothing.
No, you did.
You know what I did?
Don't lie to your listeners.
Man, I'm going to tell the listeners.
Come to California.
I'm going to tell everybody the truth. You know what I did? I said, "Yeah, Race, that sounds great." And then Race goes and gets it done. That's all I did. I just said, "Yeah."
Well,
yeah. Oh, okay. And you got all the work done. I didn't do nothing, man. That's you and Margie and your team and everybody.
Well, listen. Technically, you might be close to telling the truth. Technically. in an American court of law these days, you're flying.
Oh, man.
But the listeners have to understand, and they do. The Fadernauts know. When you have the green light to throw Jimmy Church's name around, it Jimmy, he's doing work and not even having to do anything.
All right.
Yeah, Jimmy Church he's over here with us. Yeah, Jimmy Church. Oh,
sign me up.
Come.
Yeah, okay. Sign me
up. Where's the dotted line? Yeah, they don't even want to know the particulars. They don't even want any deets.
Nah, can you PDF
Jimmy's
me?
There? Here we come.
PDF me a contract?
Yeah, just go ahead and sign it for me. But, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming over and working with us. And I can speak for Margie when I say that the future, it looks really good. And these strong numbers, man, I never had them before. It's hard to imagine, just how quickly this is gotten off the launch pad. And so the bar is up there now. I've got to make sure that we keep hurdling the horizon.
See, that's the. Do you feel some of the pressure off now, and maybe you can start to focus on some of the smaller details?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the heaviness of it's just really heavy at first. There's a lot to do in a short amount of time, and we've got a deadline, and everybody out there knows deadlines. Everybody knows it. And, but in this case, we wanted the radio station to be able to celebrate every birthday party on Halloween. We wanted the month of October, the paranormal month of the year, to sort of be our month. And we're already planning like month-long specials and all kinds of really cool things for the future. And, coming out of the box this go round with a really good blog that's established and ready to go. We've got a really, really extensive mailing list for the newsletter that goes out. It's monthly now. But Margie's talking about, the way things are progressing. It may be a weekly newsletter.
Man, she's got to be, good for Margie. Margie's been at this for a long time.
Absolutely.
She deserves everything. And I hope she's listening right now. I hope she's smiling. Because when you have a dream, you want to do something, and it's another thing to follow through, and then it's a whole nother thing to just kick back and go, man, I'm number one.
So she has. You're absolutely right, Jim. By the way, Margie, I'm putting my chapstick on right now. but I didn't even mention the magazine, the UnX magazine that we already have. The first edition after the network began came out just a few days before Halloween, and gosh, Margie did it up. But there's going to be a press release coming soon. I'm gonna just tease you guys a little bit. There's a press release coming really soon, and it's going to announce a new editor-in-chief of the magazine and the blog. And it's a very well-known writer.
So that, okay. So what you're saying is the little chatter actually happened.
It did.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, this is big. This is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I can't imagine it being any bigger.
No, it's not. Wow. See, I didn't know. I'm getting the breaking news right now with the rest of everybody. See, Race, you hold back on me, bro. You hold back on me.
You deserve surprises.
Yeah,
you give us so many.
Yeah.
You deserve every once in a while.
Hey, listen, Race, I'm going to get to these phone calls. You made me proud, Margie, everybody, and all of the programming, everybody that is there. Just today, watching that little sparkle, that little hitch in Christina's step today, She's,
amazing.
And it's like this for everybody on the network, and good on them. Let's just enjoy what is happening right now, and it's just going to get more fun. So there you go. Race, thank you so much. I know you got a lot to do. You're working the rest of the night.
I'm at it.
Yeah. Give my best to Robin. And I'm going to head out tomorrow, but I'll talk to you over the weekend, Race. Thank you so much, my friend.
You have a safe trip, and hug Paula for me. Fadernaughts, I love every last one of you, and thank you all for your amazing support. Jimmy, have a good night, brother. I love you.
Race Hobbs, love you right back. Race Hobbs. I'm telling you, when I grow up, I'm going to be just like Race Hobbs. That's my goal. All right, it is Wednesday night. It is Fader night. Don't adjust your dials. Don't freak out. You don't have to trip. There's nothing going on. Tonight is Fader night. All right? It's really that simple. And it's open line, 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Let's kick this off. Somebody's got to follow Race Hobbs. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. It's Heather from Mansfield.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Heather from Mansfield. How are you?
Hi, dear. I'm great. How are you?
I'm
sorry. It's Fader night.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. What's cracking? What's on your mind?
Hey, this is what I was thinking. Okay. So, based on the new documentary and what was discussed when Whitley was on, was the anger that people in the community feel about the fact that they've been lied to, and I thought about that, and I think every one of us has gone through that anger phase at one point or another, and then you move on from it,
right?
But we've all gone through it. But my point, what I was thinking about, was a different angle, was that, with this UAP and all of this information coming out and the task force, has it ever been considered that none of this was ever initially planned to be off-world, and that it's possibly going to be like, well, they're going to come out with some new vehicle, and then they'll be, well, this was top secret, and this was ours all along, but we didn't, and instead of it ever being ET, they're just going to play it off like they came up with it on their own. There's never been an ET influence. This is all ours. And you all are still crazy and forget about it.
Sounds like a game.
Has anyone ever considered that?
What do you mean?
That's a big fake.
That's exactly how it's going to play out.
I think so, too. I think so, too.
I mean, what's the complicated viewpoint on that? If that isn't how it plays out, I would be surprised. I mean, because
that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for so many reasons, and you need to disclosure. ET visiting Earth has to come out into the open. That part, because something crazy is going to happen, and then there's a real problem. Right, and I am talking about. Okay, so you have Princess Cruise Lines, right? What are you going to do if ET Cruise Lines show up and they're right? They just come out. Hey man, check it out, man. This is an alien planet.
Either we do it or the ETs do it,
right?
But the government's not going to do it.
So they need to get that out in the open. Okay, now to uncomplicate things. You want that rollout to be as simple as possible. And to uncomplicate things, you would probably absolutely have to stick to your guns saying, it's a first for us too. And just don't get this thing out of control. I mean, that is what they would hope for, and that's what they would plan for. Because if it goes in the other direction, ET, we know that ET.
They would never admit that.
Well,
because that would admit they're lying.
Well, but what if it went beyond that though, where they said, the Vatican comes out, Jesus was from Zeta Reticuli, and they come out with something,
Well, yeah, that's true. That could happen too.
Oh, yes, it could. Why?
Anything can happen.
What
anything can happen.
I remember joking about this, Heather, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I had said a few things, and one of the things I was joking, but what are we going to do as a planet? What's the Vatican going to do if that? We're watching the ladder, the stairs, unfold off of the starship, right? The flying saucer, and you see the feet, right? And you see, it. Also, it's friggin' Jesus.
Didn't they already say that they would offer them communion and bless them?
Yeah.
If the aliens did show up,
everybody gets baptized. Well, see the
That's
thing,
right.
But what do you do at that point? Right. What would you do? I mean, and I also joked. I said, "What if it's Elvis?" And this is and I say that to kind of prep everybody's minds for what I am suggesting here. And that is this. ET's been observing us for a long time. Okay? They know our language. They know our history. They know everything about us. They know what we look like. And they also know our fears. And I feel in my bones that they would want to not freak us out. That they would want to represent themselves in a way that wouldn't be confrontational. You don't want somebody coming off, looking like an octopus with knife fingers, whatever, some great, you don't want to, it's going to freak everybody out, right? Big mantis being a big reptilian. No. Have Elvis step off. Right. And so we're comfortable or maybe Jesus. Right. And so nobody freaks out. And if ET is intelligent, and they are, that I would assume that they have got, thousands of years of planning on their way to this planet. They're all updated on the news. Right? They got Facebook accounts and they know what's happening, and they're going to step off in a non-confrontational way. And that's my take. That's my take. Hey, Heather,
I agree with you.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Great way to kick off Fader Night.
Enjoy your conference.
Thank you so much, Heather. Be safe out there.
Okay. Will do.
It's time to fade to black. Somebody posted a picture earlier today of, and I'm wondering if anybody out there saw it. I think it was in Utah. It was a group of pictures of a helicopter with this like globular black craft in the air, and the helicopter was behind it. Now, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's authentic. But allegedly out of Utah. Somebody posted the pictures up in Twitter for me. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'll do a quick retweet on that. So, but I'm just wondering with these images, are they authentic? Number one. Number two, is it from a TV series? Is it from a movie? Is this Hollywood? Is this staged? I don't know. Or are these actual, somebody said it was in Utah. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Well, it's Mark from Dallas.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
Well, I know I've been banned, but I just want you to know that I did binge watch The Mandalorian, so it's all good in the hood, brother.
Oh man!
And it was worth. And it was. Hey man, it was worth it. It was good.
Man,
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed every episode, every scene. There are. How about Gina Carano?
Oh man, She intimidates me, man.
Right?
She's a tough chick.
Man. I heard there's a rumor mill that she's going to be back. She got fired.
Well,
she was.
So. She could. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she got fired. She popped off on social media, started saying some stuff, and it's a cancel culture these days. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
See, I could see her having her own, like her own show, man. I think she's strong enough, good enough actress, and she's just physically. You know what I mean? She could have her own gig, man. I think.
Yeah,
she's strong. I like her.
She could have her own gig, whipping your ass. That's the thing, right? No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I don't think there are too many people on this planet, men or women, it don't matter, or animals, it don't matter, man. That can step up to Gina Carano. No, she's amazing. She's amazing.
So I've got a complaint from Hollywood recently, and my complaint. And I don't want this to sound sexist because I don't mean it that way.
Right.
And I hope it doesn't come out that way. But from someone with my background, it's hard to watch shows where 100-pound females are just whipping the crap out of 220-pound males.
Yeah.
Because it's you know where I'm going, and I'm seeing this more and more.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there, and that's the magic of computer-generated stuff. And I love a good CG fight. I do. I really do.
Me too.
And that is part of the element where you can have somebody that physically, obviously, is not going to win this fight, and is throwing somebody around that's, outweighs them by a ton. I see it all. And in a weird way, I find it entertaining, but the believability factor is just not there. So you've got to let your imagination go. You've just got to let your imagination go. And that's it.
No, I'm with you on that.
What kind of amp do you play?
Right now, I've got an old Music Man 120 watt 212.
RD.
I've got another little VHT amp.
You got a Music Man RD 212.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, 212, 130 watts.
That's magic.
It's a beast.
Yeah, that's magic right there. How much? That's like 75 pounds, probably 100 pounds.
It's like a sack and a half of concrete, bro.
It is. It is.
I mean, literally.
It is. My dad used to have this Fender Twin reverb, original.
Yep.
And 212. And I swear to God, when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, that thing never moved. I ain't picking it up. It weighed more than me. It weighed more than me.
True, man.
It weighed more than me. It took two people to move that friggin' thing. It just stayed in the same spot. I'm asking because I'm going to, because I have amps, and I've got a 412 angled, and I've been thinking about something all tube with an effects loop with reverb that's going to go on the top of that. So, and I've got the Fender. Right, and thinking about going Head Rush. Thinking about I'm looking at the new MX-5. MX-5, and a friend of mine works for Head Rush, Jur. I don't know if he's listening right now. Jur in Vegas, a great dude. I've known him for a long time. But so
I've heard a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, and I'm kind of digging it. So anyway, looking at Head Rush.
Is that a big amp in LA right now?
No, Head Rush
is getting a lot of pub.
No, Head Rush is a pedal board. It's a pedal board. It's amp simulation and effects simulation. And they make three. They make the Giga board, the Looper board, and the MX-5.
I got you.
And so
I thought that thing had like wattage, like it had its own power. And
no,
stuff
they
like that.
have. They have a powered speaker that goes with it. But that's an option. No, I'm just going to get the MX-5. It's going to sit here on my desk, and it's going to go straight in. Excuse me, man, I'm drinking too much coffee. Go straight into the console.
There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Go straight into the console. So that's my thing, so I'll post it when it comes in, and there you go.
I need to hear it after you get it, man. You need to play, like you said. You need to post some stuff. I'd love to hear it.
Let's see here. Okay, so Lisa Reed just tweeted out, you've never seen me angry. What's going on, Lisa? What do you mean I've never seen you angry? Calls me Mighty Mouse.
Angry.
Lisa, don't get mad.
We don't need...
You know what?
I reason to be angry.
I think I've seen her mad once in 30 years, and even that was it was a kind, gentle mad. Hey man, I gotta head to a break. Mark, thank you so much, my friend. I'll be posting and hanging out on social media all weekend, and then we'll swing back around and see you right here on Monday.
Okay, brother. Y'all be careful.
I'll talk to you. Mark,
right, bye-bye.
Time to fade to black. Mark from Dallas. Gina Carano, man. And I'm so happy that he saw The Mandalorian. And now the new one, the book of, what's it called? The new one is coming out. I don't think it's Mando, though. I don't think this season 3 has got any Mando. It is Turning the Page. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Wednesday night. It's a Wednesday night Fader night right here on Fade to Black. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be back with more of your calls right after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right. 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Race Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It is Wednesday night. It is Fader Night. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Oh, Eric just said, I'm next. No, he's not. No, he's not. Hey, Eric, check this out. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Dave's not here.
Yeah. See, there. Let me be very clear to everybody. I answer the calls in order. Dave, you've been on hold for how long? Probably almost an hour.
35 minutes.
35 minutes. Eric's like, I'm next. Who knew? It's so funny. I got on the talk back and I said, don't hang up. I just gave him the warning. You're going to be there a while. There's a lot of calls on hold. So what's cracking, Big Dave?
Yeah, well. Kind of want to continue on where we started last night. I kind of get the feeling that you're ready for the deep end of the pool when it comes to consciousness and talk about that.
I'm in the deep end of the pool. This is I don't want to freak people out, like, start talking about these pretty strange and, outside of the box kind of conversation. Like I've lost my mind, right? No, I'm not. No. I haven't lost my mind. But I am fully aware that the world is not what it seems. That's it. That's my view. The world is not what it seems. It whatever you think is reality, you're wrong. That's it.
Most definitely.
And that's my view. So when I used to talk a lot, Dave, about deja vu. And when I would bring this up, and I'm not joking about this, everybody needs to listen to my words very carefully here. I've been dealing with deja vu since I was able to talk. Okay? Since I was 2. And deja vu has tripped me out my entire life. Happens all the time. The other day, it was like 2 days ago, and I was talking to a group of technical people for this big production that we're doing that's getting ready to kick off, and we're in the middle, and I literally said, I'm deja vuing right now. This is during the conference call, and it was bizarre. And so this is like 2 days ago, and so when we deal with something like deja vu, and I'm talking about me having this repeated vision of a black triangle coming from behind my head, a shadow of no lights on it, right? Just black, like flat black, and going through the and I keep having this thing. I'm not going to be surprised if it happens. I'm saying if, I'm not saying it's going to, but manifesting things is something that happens. Manifesting.
Oh, absolutely.
And how many times, Dave? How many times does everybody listening to my voice, how many times have you said, man, I haven't talked to Bob in 10 years, and that phone rings? I mean, now you need to stop right there and check yourself. If you don't think that is connected to something, you're out of your mind.
Well, you got to play. You got to turn it into a game and play by once you have an experience, and whether it's with synchronicity, deja vu, or if you have a UAP, observation or experience, right? Once you know, you can't go to pretending like this is all just coincidence. This is happening at random. There's no rhyme or reason why why these things happen. They just happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But once you accept that, hey, these things are happening for a reason, then you act on that knowledge, and that will get you traction in your reality tunnel. Because your reality tunnel is kind of the portal that exists around you that manifests whatever reality comes into your life. And remember the OG Robert Anton Wilson?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude. I you know what? I think at some point in my life, I listened to everything he ever spoke and read everything that he had ever done. I was knee deep into Anton. That dude.
Yeah. And so the question is, what is it that makes my reality manifest the way it is, right? Two things that make your reality manifest. Your attention, what you put your attention on, and what you spend your time on, right? I read an article recently on religious experience, or I would say numinous experience. And this study showed that there were two characteristics of across the planet of people who had some sort of paranormal or religious experience. One was the porosity of belief of the individual. That is the limits of your imagination, which is why when you slime from your video, your imagination gets shrunk, your ability to imagine, your possibilities of belief, right?
Right.
And because we're Fadernauts, we listen to Fade to Black. We have quite a divergence, quite a number of possibilities of things that could possibly be happening. Second thing that these all have in common is, so the belief factors there. Second one is immersion into experience. How immersed can you get into your experience? Right?
Yes.
Those two things are going to cause your manifestation into reality, And what is that reality tunnel wallpaper. What determines what it looks like? Well, what is it made out of? It is made out of tiles. And guess how many tiles you get? 27,000. Each tile you put up there represents one day of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you put your time and attention on will influence what comes back at you. Life has no shortage of curveballs. You know that. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but does that affect you? Because if you're saying, you know, if you're operating under a paradigm of pure empiricism, then everything's random that happens outside of, you know, human agency, and you just have to deal with it. And there is a lot of, you know, traction you can get from having an existential perspective on these things. But when you take a look at the things that cause manifestation to happen, it is the choices that we manifest in any moment of our lives, conscious and unconscious, which we create every you know, intersection of reality, every intersection in the now, because the future is a mirage and the past is an abstraction, neither of which exists outside of the now. So what gets you into the now? That is the question. What gets you into the now? What gets you into the zone of creation? For you, you know, specifically, and for other people who are artists, well, people who are artists, it's getting into that artistic zone.
That's right.
As a musician.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. And
well, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
but in a weird way, it's not, because I think that musicians, artists, writers, painters, they know when they get into the zone. Athletes, you know, if you're playing base, if you're a hitter, if you're at home plate and you're swinging at 100-mile-an-hour pitch, you are in the zone. That is not luck when you connect. You are in the zone. They don't hear the crowd. They don't know. And it's the same thing with an artist and a musician. They know when they get into that fog. Because when they are there and they are in that moment, nothing else exists. But you can get in that zone driving a car. You can get in that zone pushing a vacuum around your house. You can get into that zone many different ways. And it's a wonderful experience when it happens. And it's even more wonderful when you do it for the first time and you come out on the other side and you experience it and you go, oh, that is possible. Right? And now you know you can get there. And that's where the magic happens. That's where it happens.
Oh, absolutely. You use the word magic. And one of the things that I've taken away on my trip is that magic can only be created. It can never be recreated.
No, that's right.
Anytime you're trying to recreate magic, never going to work.
That's right.
But magic has to be done in the moment, in the now. Simple, you know, a very simple metric or indicator of where consciousness goes when you're engaged in creative activity, whether it's scientific, whatever it may be.
Right.
Time dilation. What happens to time when you're playing?
It doesn't exist.
But your mind is not there.
No, it doesn't exist.
It disappears.
That's right.
And that is part of, you know, dipping into that. But also, I mean, that's part of the artistic process, part of the cultural process, and it's part of the things that make, you know, I could go into sacred geometry and music and numbers and all those things that make music affect us in all the ways that it does. But what makes the manifestation come up into you in your experience? It is your belief that colors what is possible, right? And now, what if I told you that between each universe that's created in each moment, infinite number of universe created, infinite at each moment of eternity. There's got to be a boundary between the two of them, isn't there? There must be. Otherwise, we'd be sliding all over the place. You'd be Jimmy Church one day. You have a normal switch built into your head.
Right.
One day you'd be Jimmy Church who with red hair. One day you'd be Jimmy Church who is shorter, taller. You know, all of the possible, things that happen. But there is sometimes that little veil, that little barrier between those universes. People can, through will and intention, that's why rituals work. Rituals are what? Time. It is action repeated over time with will and intention directed towards what? An aim, an end. Those are things that will get stuff cracking in your universe.
Well, yeah, and you're right. And before I let you go, you have to be able to. The brain protects you, protects itself. So you have to have a boundary in between. And if you depart, then the boundary is then behind you. In other words, you cannot have the experiences of a limit or an unlimited, infinite version of you or your mind. It's impossible. The brain protects you.
All right, I'll end with this. What if you could communicate with that boundary and let certain things in and banish certain things out?
Oh, that's some voodoo. That's some voodoo stuff. Okay, now you're going voodoo. Hey, Dave, enjoy your night, man. It's
all right, you too.
Amazing conversation. Thank you so much. That is Dave, producer at large. It is now time to fade to black. Thank you, Dave. And I'm right with him, though. I am absolutely right with him. That is just an amazing conversation. Amazing conversation. Dave is a very smart guy. And this is the thing. If you ever get a chance to meet Dave, it's not going to be what you expect. It's not. He's laughing right now. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, I'm taking you up on that dare of calling you today on Fade to Black.
What was the dare?
Well, to call you. And I've been waiting an hour just to make it live.
Who is this?
Your best friend.
I have no idea. And until...
Oh, come on. It's me. No, it's Christina Gomez.
Oh, man. You're good. You've gotten edgy. Christina's gotten edgy, folks. She's gotten edgy. She has gotten edgy. And my settings have now changed. And I've got to jump into my audio settings here and figure out what's going on. But congratulations. Congratulations. I am just so happy. I'm so happy for you. And today was just a great show.
I mean, congratulations to you. I mean, sir.
Why?
Well, you're going to be at Laughlin this weekend. That's going to be exciting for the conference. And you're super busy today to Fade to Black. I mean, again, I had to wait a whole hour to be able to chat with you. And I not just finished. I'm actually doing some homework along with cooking dinner. But I watched, which came out today, The Future in Space with Jeff Bezos, Avi Loeb, Bill Nelson, and Evelyn Herling. Did you happen to watch that today?
No. How was it?
It's worth the watch. It's about an hour. And it was good. It was really interesting about what everyone's aspects to what life is in space, and even talking about, in a sense, the UAP topic.
What do you think? What do you think? How do I say this? What do you think their ultimate goal is?
That's a really good question. I mean, look, you have Jeff Bezos with Blue Origin, right? Who practically want to colonize space, take people from Earth into space, right? Then you have Avi Loeb with the Galileo project to, in a sense, grab data or collect data to see what is there out there in space, okay? Trying to see if there are aliens. And then you have the head of the intelligence office, Evelyn Hertling, and I'm not really sure why she was there. And then you have Bill Nelson,
right?
The man from NASA. So why they had this conference or this meeting, I'm truly not sure. But what was interesting about it was that it was even held in the cathedral in D.C., like one of the most big, beautiful ones that you could ever imagine, instead of, maybe at a university or some kind of location where you would typically have a conference. In this case, it was held in a cathedral. And I felt like that seemed symbolic, or there had to be a reason to why it was held there and not anywhere else.
It seems that these intellectuals right now are deliberately speaking about stuff that is not from planet Earth. Right? They are going there. Right? They're not speaking in hypotheticals anymore. That seems to be the past. Right. And I really feel that is where we are at right now, Christina. I'm blown away by this, in that you don't have to read between the lines. What are they really talking about? Are they talking about ET? Are they talking about government programs? Are they talking about this? Or is it just hypotheticals? No, they are talking about life in the universe visiting this planet, and we've got to start to understand and take this serious. That's what they're talking about. And I'm blown away by it. I am absolutely blown away.
It was awesome when Jeff Bezos was asked about that exact thing that you just mentioned. Are we being visited? Jeff Bezos said, I don't think so. Otherwise, we would have known. Now, when Evelyn was talking about it, she was very nervous about even using the word extraterrestrial. She nearly jumped, and soon after she looked down as if, and this is merely assumption, but possibly in shame, like, oh my.
Oh, are you there, Christina? Oh, geez. Hold on for a second. Okay, Christina, are you there? Christina just dropped. Let me pull this up over here. That was bizarre. Christina, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, I got you now. That's me messing around with...
Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Yeah, I got you. We're good. Christina.
Jimmy, can you hear me?
Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, don't mess with me.
Oh, I can't hear you, though. I can hear you on YouTube, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you on the phone.
What? Oh, man. Hold on for a second.
Jimmy.
Okay. Can you hear me now? There is something going on. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. And let's see
Jimmy?
here. Okay. Are you there?
No. I mean, I can hear you on YouTube, but I can't hear you on the phone.
Okay. All right. There is something going on in my system settings right now. And, yeah, I saw my screen go a little bit funky.
We're just going to play this phone tag.
Oh, man. Well, you know what the good news is? It's time for a break. So you're listening to me in a huge, long delay right now, Christina. So let me just say this. Congratulations. Welcome to UnX and the UnX Network. You've got an amazing, bright future in front of you. And I just absolutely enjoyed the show today. And I was just blown away. And it just It forced me into thinking about the great team that has been assembled over at the UnX Network, and you represent all of that. So, Christina, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much, and I will talk with you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Christina. Have a great night. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Got a little hang up going on with my phone. So it's no big deal. I'll have it all fixed in just a second. I'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
The new KUNXDB, the UnX Network, bringing you the best in paranormal programming in premium high-definition streaming audio and video. Log on to the network at unxnetwork.com and check out the growing lineup of programs, including Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and many more. Sign up for the free UnX newsletter, follow the UnX blog, or pick up the latest edition of the UnX magazine. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out at unxnetwork.com. Tap the show page and the calendar so you never miss your favorite live shows and podcasts. We are your portal for all things paranormal. The X, explaining the unexplained.
Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Race Hobbs. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight, it's Wednesday. It's Fader Night tonight. No Fader Night tomorrow. All right, we're going to run the replay best of over on the UnX Network, and then here and on our networks, it'll just be a replay of tonight's show. So tomorrow night, you're going to think it's Fader Night, and you're going to be calling in. That's going to be hilarious. With that, 747-228-2051. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Good evening, Mr. Church.
How are you?
I'm here in Sedona, and they closed the bars, so Time Walker Doc Rev has opened up the house, and he's got a karaoke going here, so just give me 5 seconds.
Well,
okay, go,
hold on. Who's calling?
I just had a little sample.
Okay, that's really bad radio. Okay,
I thought it was funny.
Tell everybody who's calling.
This is Eric, the Awakening Man, host of Altered with co-host Vinny Kocius.
Oh, so now you're promoting your show on this show.
Just a quick plug.
But
I'm going to be bragging about you still all the time as usual. I just occasionally got to throw. We're only going to be on Saturday nights when you're home watching the sky at the Edwards Air Force Base. I'll be on the radio, so we won't interfere with any of the Fader nights.
That is a smart move. I mean, if you want,
I knew it was a smart move. That's why I made that decision.
I mean, if you want people listening, that's a smart move. So what's going on, man?
So so we did the 5D thing, and then we went to Kingman, and got to spend some time with Harry Drew, and he told me where to go, where apparently there's an ET base out there in the Kingman Desert, and we filmed some things, which I'll show you. In Laughlin, when I see you, I'll be there Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there. Hopefully, anybody's on the fence about coming, you guys need to come out because it's going to be a great time, and I'm going to have some great stories and hang out with Jimmy and me and everybody.
Oh yeah. So everybody, come out. Don't come out for the conference. Come out because Eric is going to be there. Yeah, Eric's going to be there telling stories. Yeah, that's worth the price.
I promise it'll be entertaining. I can promise you that.
Yeah, he will be filming you with his iPad.
No. So Jacques Vallée is going to be there. Is that right, Jimmy?
Jacques Vallée. Yes, he's an ET. He's got to be there. We need the ET representation. I love Jacques, man. I can't wait. Have you ever met Jacques?
I met him just super briefly. He was with the guy that we were hanging out with. I can't think of his name, that runs Gaia. That books all the people.
Okay,
the long kind of blonde.
Well, he's taller than you.
Oh, he is. He's an amazing man.
He's taller than you. I never thought I'd say that. Okay, so what else is going on?
Well, so here's the story I wanted to tell. This is really. I'm guessing you don't know a guy by the name of Ryan Burns. Does that ring a bell to you?
Is he the producer of Ancient Aliens?
No, I'm gonna tell you more about him in Laughlin, but I'll tell you one of the stories he told me when he came out to Vegas, and he's actually very good friends with Jacques Vallée. That's why I mentioned Jacques Vallée. As a matter of fact, Jacques Vallée heard about his research and actually came to his house and knocked on his door. And now they correspond regularly. And Jacques can verify all this. So when you see him, you'll know that I'm not just making the story up. But,
yeah, it'll be
so
the
we're
first,
hanging out at the bar.
It'll be
Go
the
ahead,
first question I ask Jacques. It'll be the first question. That'll be the topic of. Okay, so
well, let me just say this. I mentioned you to Ryan, and he says, "Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jimmy Church. I love his show." I said, "Well, I'll tell Jimmy some of your stories, and if he's interested, hopefully he'll contact you and have you on the show." So this is a little promo for Ryan, not for me. I just want to. Because this guy is amazing. I mean, I'll make this as brief as possible. I'm not going to make like a 90-minute story like I did when I was on the show with you, where I just dragged it out way too long. So here's the deal. So he bought some property that became available for sale right next door to Skinwalker Ranch, and he bought the property. And I didn't know it at the time, but when we were in Vernal a month ago, the property that we were camping on was his property. We were given permission to stay there because he's friends with this other guy that I hang out with.
Okay. Now, see, you're already dragging it out. Get to the point.
No, I got to give you the background. So you know what the story is.
I don't care about the background.
This guy's a
I don't care.
You're going to care about it. Trust me. When you're going to want to know this guy. I'll be shocked if you don't, because this is real information about Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay,
not second or third hand information.
Moving on.
Are you ready? Are
Yes.
you ready for the story? I'm going to give you one of them right now.
Okay, let's go.
So he bought the property, and he's got a research partner, which I can't tell you the guy's name on the air, but I'll tell you when I meet you. You know this guy. And so they go out onto the mesa. And technically, the area that they go to, they're not supposed to be there, but the people that own the property on the mesa, which is right next door to him, they allow him. So anyway, what they do is they go up on the mountain range up there on the mesa, and they've got their night vision, their scopes, and they just watch the area down there where the guards are and everything down there in the Skinwalker area. And he said there was a time not too long ago where there was 3 or 4 of the guards that were just kind of walking around on the grounds, and they had orbs behind their heads, like just a few feet directly behind them, following them around as they were walking around, kind of checking out the lands for 30 minutes, he said. And he says so when they went to leave to go back into their little guard shack or wherever they go, these orbs just turned off. And so these guys go into the guard shack, and then the orbs come back on, and now the orbs are coming towards him and his partner who are up on the mesa. They're just kind of floating towards him. And they're starting to wonder, okay, are these things coming for us? What's going on here? They get panicked. So up on the mesa, there's lots of cracks in the ground where they're so wide and so deep that a man could crawl in there and kind of lay down, and you can't even see somebody in there because you're below the ground level, but you're in a crack. So these guys are hiding in this crack thinking that they're going to hide from these orbs. And these orbs come over the top of them, and they're just hovering, and they light up the whole area where they are, including the hole that they're in, and they're just beaming on them, light. And so they're just stay still. They don't move. They're tripping. They don't know what to do. They're freaked out. They figure they just shouldn't move. So they don't move. The lights go away. So after a few minutes goes by, they kind of peek their heads up, look around. They don't see these lights. So they climb up out of this hole, and they start walking back towards their property, which is right next door to the Skinwalker Ranch. As they're walking back to the property, this is where it gets really good. The orbs come on again, about 20 feet away from them. And then these orbs turn into this kind of a grayish black sparkly material, I don't even know how to describe it. And he didn't really know how to describe it. He says, but it just started swirling like in a circle in front of them. It was just this swirling matter that was just, and then it manifested. And I'm not making this up. I recorded this conversation with Ryan. I've got his face on camera. He gave me permission. You can see it. I'm not making this up. He said that this matter transformed into a giant wolf. And so this wolf was 20 feet from them, and these two guys are standing there, and all of a sudden there's a wolf there. The wolf takes 2 steps towards them. They don't move. They're petrified. They don't know what to do. Then the wolf stops, turns around, and starts walking back the other direction, turns back into this swirling black mass, and then in a matter of a minute later, this swirling black mass turns into a porcupine. Now we've got this porcupine on the ground 10 feet away from them. And then the porcupine walks right up to them, literally like a foot away, and just stares at them. And again, these guys are not moving. Then after about a minute, the porcupine turns around, walks back away, and turns into this swirling mass and just vanishes. So that's one of the many Ryan Burns stories that he told me. And let me tell you, this guy can tell a story way better than I even thought I ever would want to tell a story.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my advice. Great story. So that took 11 minutes.
That's not bad. Most Fader calls about 11 minutes.
Here's the story. Security guards at Skinwalker Ranch had orbs behind their head. They jumped into a crack in the ground. Orbs disappeared. They felt safe. They came out. Orbs reappeared, morphed into a wolf, then morphed into a porcupine. Porcupine went away and disappeared. 30 seconds.
Okay, that's the Reader's Digest version.
Yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. There's my Radio 101 lesson for you that you can morph
so if I call
into.
in the future, I'll just make it 30 seconds.
Right,
Is that what you're saying?
but you can do this on your own show. And I'm
not
not
even fun, Jimmy.
And I won't even invoice you. This is information. Men have died. Countries have fallen for this radio education that I'm giving to you for free. There you go. All right. So how long are you in Sedona?
So we're in Sedona. We're going to go, Raw and I are going to go on a hike into some magical vale that he's saying, where the veil's thin, and there's people that are having experiences there, and we're going to go check it out. And then I'm going to get in the car and drive back to Kingman on Friday, and I'm going to spend like an hour with Harry Drew. He's going to show me some videos and pictures that he's never shown anybody. And then from there, I'm going to come to Laughlin and hang out with you guys and Brad Harris and whoever else shows up, whatever faders happen to be there. We're all hang out and do our thing.
So I'm reading in the chat room. Jimmy's version was way better. This is in the chat room. Hey, listen. I look forward to hanging out. So you're going to get there Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, Friday afternoon.
Friday afternoon. I'll see you Friday, man. Drive safe out there on the road.
Okay, buddy. Take care.
I'll talk to you. Eric Awakening Man. And now I'm going to say this to everybody out there. Eric knows this, that if I mess with you, that's a good thing. That's a sign of respect. Okay? And if you go through that, Jimmy's messing with me, that's a sign of affection. But if it stops, that's when you know we have a problem. That's right. Jimmy's not talking smack anymore. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Emily Infinity from Michigan. How's it going?
Oh, my goodness gracious. As I live and breathe. Hey, didn't you just get a new house?
Yes, I did.
And how's that going for you? See, Emily, I'm an Emily Infinity stalker. I'm just letting you know. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there.
Well, I haven't put myself out there too much, but I appreciate you paying attention.
That's right. I find you.
Yes, indeed. There's so much to say. But I guess I want to start with thanking your Fadernauts for a few of them actually attended the Detroit Disclosure Conference of 2019. And I just wanted to put the shout out to have them come back on November 21st, 11/21 this month. It's a Sunday again, and Leo Zagami and Laura Eisenhower are going to be calling in via Zoom. We have a few speakers live as well, including Tony Rodriguez.
Oh.
It's $10 at the door.
Wow. Good for you, yeah. Emily. Right on. I mean, that just rocks. And that's a great lineup. That's a great lineup. And now, and remind me and shoot me an email, send me out the links and things. And I'll get it out there on social media for you. But the Fadernauts love you. But let me go back. You wanted to. I was enjoying your excitement of the ideas for some of the things that you could do at the house. Were you able to, get some people together and do stuff?
Yes. Well, we had I had a permaculture meeting here, a permaculture meetup. So I've been going to permaculture meetups for over 10 years, and I've always wanted my own place to have a garden.
Right.
So the permaculture teacher named Jared Hanna came over, and we had a meetup, and about 30 people came. And I set up a nice little picnic table. We had a potluck, and we explored my backyard to see where a garden could be. And what we determined, for me, is at least to start small, see how it goes. There are deer, there are cats, there's, a lot of wildlife. I happen to be in a good little location with some woods to look at. And if I want to do permaculture, which is sustainable agriculture, something that lasts for a long time, I would have to cut down a few trees. So the advice was to enjoy the place for some time before making those decisions.
The and for everybody out there, what is permaculture?
Sustainable agriculture. So we have herbs and we have gardens and things like that. And the long-term perennials that basically come back and continue to fruit or continue to grow, such as pawpaw trees, apple trees, things like that. So sometimes I'm not a total expert on it, but it's basically allowing your yard to be able to continue to produce fruit or other beneficial properties to your yard indefinitely. And you start small, and it shouldn't take too much work or money but it does take time, of course, and work.
It does. It does. What about the weed?
Marijuana?
Yes.
What about it? Can you grow it?
Yeah. Can you grow it in Michigan?
Yes, absolutely. People do it all the time.
Right.
They recommend greenhouses for that.
Sure. Well, you guys have
and lighting.
Yeah. You guys have a well. See, the thing is, though, I could imagine outdoor going just fine there because it's hot, humid, steamy. Michigan has some of the hottest summers I've ever endured, and people don't. They think of Michigan as being, cold, and it is. It's freezing cold in the winter. But it also it's pretty humid and hot throughout the summer.
Mm-hmm. It's toughening, but overall gentle. So I like it. I think it does take you to the extremes.
It does.
But there are ways to strengthen yourself in that, and find your center in all of the extremities.
Now, when are you going to head west again? When am I going to see you again?
I would love to head west, although, settling and homemaking and all of that has been my main thing. But anytime there's a conference, I was going to quite a few more conferences before this past year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what inspired me to do one. But I would love to come back because it all started at Contact in the Desert.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you got to get back out here, and maybe I can come out to Detroit and hang out with you. I would love that. Emily, listen, send me an email, shoot me all of the information, and you got to do that now because the conference is coming up on the 21st. So get that to me now.
I know.
And I'll get it out there for you. Okay?
Thank you, Jimmy.
Emily, enjoy the rest of your night.
I will. You too.
I'll talk to you. Emily Infinity. That is an amazing phone call right there. And, man, I miss her. I miss Emily. I haven't seen her in quite a while. But we haven't seen anything after the disaster of 2020 and 2021. And I'm going to get back to it starting tomorrow, heading out to Laughlin, Nevada. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. You are live. 3, 2. I know you can hear me. Somebody is just, put the call on holds, listening to the show, and is goofing around. You're live. 3, 2. Okay, let's turn this up. Let's see if we can hear what's going on in the background. Do you hear any movement? You're live on Fade to Black. No, I think we are on hold with them. That's what I think. I think we are on hold. Yeah, we are completely clear right here. We are completely clear. So I am watching my meters.
No.
Oh, there you are.
You're not on hold, dude.
Okay, who's this?
You're not on hold.
Okay, you got one more minute. Who's calling? Oh man, I love it. All right, let's see here. I think I cleared everything through. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. And there you go. If you're on hold for that long, you would think that you would have something to say. All right. 747-228-2051. And also with some of the things that went through earlier, I need to make sure that the system is clear and running. So 747-228-2051. And I'm going to bust this up in Twitter real quick. 747-228-2051. It is Wednesday night. It is Fader night tonight. And let me do this. Wow, I haven't seen this in a long time. Look at that. Okay. All right. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting right here. Right here. Let's see. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Turn me down in the background. Oh, man. You've got to be kidding me, man. All right. I'm going to try this one more time. You're live on Fade to Black.
Jimmy, this is Casper Parks. I saw Deja Vu. Can you hear me all right?
Oh, man. Casper, it's you causing trouble.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. I didn't have you on hold. I don't know what's up, man. Sorry.
And I was talking all that smack about Casper Parks.
That's all right. Hey, let's talk Deja Vu and Mandela effect.
Okay.
For a minute.
Sure.
All right. Well, Deja Vu is something that affects memories and time displacement in the temporal lobe of the brain. There was a thing referred to as long-term deja vu, which some people call it deja vu. But at any rate, most times it fades when people get older.
Right.
I had deja vu all the way well into my 50s, where, especially in my 30s, I went to bed with it and woke up with it, went on for like 3 or 4 years straight, nonstop.
Right.
That was really interesting. Some people think that it's a type of epileptic electrical discharge in the brain that causes deja vu. But with the Mandela effect, sometimes you almost wonder, this, of course, the writer in me, is it possible we're living in someone went back and messed with the timeline, so we got the deja vus and the Mandela effect, that they're interrelated. And who really knows?
And what do you think? I mean, what do you think ultimately is going on?
I think the timeline's been messed with, personally.
That's
just my opinion. It could be wrong.
How so?
I think maybe somebody or a group of individuals or another alien species, or maybe we did it ourselves. And they've made science fiction movies about this. It's been on Star Trek too, where they step back in the timeline to try to stop something bad from happening in the future.
Right.
Like to reset something.
Right.
But then there's the question of, do they create a parallel dimension when they step through the timeline?
Right.
The timeline split, and you have two timelines running parallel to each other.
And but okay, so and all of that is fine, and I believe that is a possibility. I've only got 2 minutes before the break, Casper, but this is very interesting.
Okay.
What do we do with the deja vu that, say, spans years, right? Where that this is something that you experienced, saw, heard, dreamed about 5 years before, or maybe even multiple times, and then all of a sudden it happens. How does that fit into this possibility?
Yeah, that's a difficult question to answer. I mean, there were sometimes deja vu is a matter of you don't realize you're feeling something until you feel it seconds before it hits. Then you're like into it deep for a few seconds or a few minutes or a few hours.
Right.
So, you might not say, oh, I've been dreamed about this 5 years ago. It's just all of a sudden you have the sense I'm living this again.
Yeah, what I don't buy into is the pragmatic skeptic explanation of it, which is this is just you living an experience that you are expecting. You haven't seen it before. You're not reliving it. It is just something that you're familiar with. And I'm like, man, no, stop with that. And that is a common explanation. Look it up, right? That explanation is out there. And I'm not buying that. And that is somebody that is in denial, right, to their own experiences, or they've never experienced a deja vu, and they're commenting on something that they know nothing about. Because a deja vu to me, I literally used to say, Casper, somebody has read my book of life, right? Somebody is at the end chapter, right? They know. I used to say that when I was like 10 years old. I said these things. Absolutely crazy to me. Casper, I got to take a break right here, man. The new book is amazing. Tell everybody where to get it.
You can go to CasperParks.com for links. Accidental Destiny is free everywhere right now as an ebook, except Amazon. So that's through November 30th of this month.
I have the hard copy. I have it. I was going to hold it up to the camera, but it's over there on my table. But I'll do it right after the break. Casper, enjoy your weekend, my friend. Always great to hear your voice.
Right. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you so much, Casper. Casper Parks. CasperParks.com. Thank you so much, Casper. And this is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Wednesday night, Fader night. Special night tonight. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to GetTheT.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's GetTheT.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard. Available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit unitedgoldgroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Wednesday night, very special Fader night tonight because I've got to go work all weekend, and there's no way that I can have a complete week here on Fade to Black without a Fader night. So that's what we are doing tonight. Open lines. If you're on hold, stay right there. Just got off the phone with Casper. Here's his book. It's Accidental Destiny, and man, that's a thick book. CasperParks.com. Go and get yourself your very own copy. Casper's a great writer. I've got all his stuff. And thank you, Casper. And I just walked out, got a refill of coffee. And I came back in to the bunker and, doors closed and stuff. Came back in. And I'm burning incense, and it looked like, I didn't realize it, it looked like a frigging Styx concert from 1978. I was like, oh, man. And now I can see it. I didn't realize Lisa Frith, she's the best, and gifted me a bunch of this amazing incense, and I can't stop burning it. It's the magical stuff. Check this out. Hold on. I'm going to do this. How cool is this? That's right. Archangel Melchizedek. Right there. This is the real stuff. It's made of gold. It's amazing incense. Thank you so much, Lisa. And it's smoky. Yeah. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
It's me? I'm on?
Yes, you.
Oh, hi, I'm Keith. I'm from Spokane.
Who is this?
I'm Keith. I'm from Spokane.
Chief?
Keith. Keith.
Oh, Keith.
Yeah, I'm from Spokane.
All right, Keith.
Now, I was listening to you always talk about your little trivia questions, and I had a quick one for you, because you watched a lot of the ancient sci-fis I used to watch. Can you give me the actual name of the acronym for Shadow from the TV series UFO?
Oh man. Oh, dude. You know what? Let me just say I used to know it. First off, and but let me say this. I from the very earliest age, I'm going back to 10 years old, 9 years old. My addiction to that show when it was current, right? And my friends and I, and since then, now as an adult, right, where I have access to all of this stuff, I have watched every episode of UFO. I'm going to say this officially on the record. 20 times. 20 times. 20 times. Yeah. Every single. Oh man, the first episode when they're on Earth in the woods, right? And they had that. Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I have watched it. Now, I even went and did the deep dive in research on the cars. Right. Oh, yeah. Now, and one of them, the bronze colored one that's in the opening of each episode. That was in a backyard in England with weeds growing out of it. I couldn't believe it, and they took it out, they rebuilt it, and it was saved. But man, I everything about UFO, man. You know. How do I want to say this in a kind way, the purple wigs, right?
Oh yeah,
man,
everything. I love that show.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what did Shadow stand for?
The Supreme Headquarters Alien Defense Organization.
That's it. Absolutely. And how cool! There was another element to that. When you looked at the offices, okay, look at the offices. Ashtrays on the desk.
Yeah.
Liquor decanters, right?
It's 1980, way in the future there.
man, I love that part of the show. Just a very cool group, and you can go. I've done this. I have watched documentaries. They shot that at Pinehurst Studios, and where they shot 2001: A Space Odyssey. Right, it's Pinehurst. Everything went on at Pinehurst, and so they shot that, and how they used the production facilities there to use that for Shadow. And him walking around in different scenes of episodes. That's just Pinehurst Studios, and it was all really
did that.
really, really, really well done. I just love that show.
Yep, the show besides that one was probably The Invaders. That's my all-time favorite, but I love The Invaders.
Right. And there's another. I really, 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 really went through an Anderson, Jerry Anderson and Sylvie Anderson, right, the husband and wife team that were the producers of the show, and everything else that they did. You know, Space 1999, Thunderbirds, you know, all of that stuff. It's just incredible production, incredible vision, and it's just something. It's a big part of my life, man. And thank you for bringing that up.
Did you see that one, the Jerry Anderson one they did? The one about when they actually made a movie with the guy that played the Invaders?
Yes.
Like landing on the opposite side of the sun of an opposite Earth or something?
It's hard to find. Yeah. It's hard to find. I eventually chased that down. A bunch of bad links on that, right? People claiming that they had that movie. But I eventually found it and watched it. But you know, Ed Straker, just the absolute best. Ed Bishop was just one of the smoothest dudes. You know, just a smooth guy.
Blue eyeliner.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. Hey, man, Keith, thank you for the phone call, and enjoy the rest of your night, my man.
Have fun in McLaughlin, dude.
You're going to Laughlin?
No, you have fun in McLaughlin. I wish I could.
Okay. Have a great
You're
weekend.
going to that Las Vegas thing in March, aren't you?
I have complications in the scheduling on that. And so we'll see, but right now there's some issues that I can't really talk about. And these announcements are going to be coming up over the next couple of weeks, and then I think everybody's going to understand what's going on. But life.
You have fun tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, have a great night. It's time to fade to black. Shadow, UFO. Space 1999, Jerry Anderson, Sylvia Anderson, that entire world for me was just so special. So special. And yeah, there you go. Oh, I said Pinehurst. I just had it. Pinewood Studios. Let's see who. Stay on hold. I wanted to go back and I mentioned the other night on the air this movie that I just watched. It's called Lost Horizon. And I incorrectly said what my emotions thought when I first saw the film. That I thought that the film was made in the 1950s because that's the vibe in the film, and it's a period piece and things. It's a Douglas. It's like a DC-3 or something. Is the plane DC-6? Anyway, staying on this for a second. The film is called Lost Horizon. It was made in 1973, and I cracked some jokes about it where I said it turned out to be a Broadway musical, and it did. Well, to that end. So the first part, you have a revolution going on in China. You have these planes taking off, evacuating people, and this last plane takes off. And on this plane, you've got Peter Finch, who's incredible. He's great in everything that he does. Liv Ullmann, right? Sally Kellerman, George Kennedy is in this film. Michael York, right? Okay, and Bobby Van is in this too as well. He's pretty cool. Anyway, so the first parts of the film are this dramatic escape out of this revolution. You've got people, you've got guns, you've got armies, and then it's a coup and all of that. It's a revolution that's going on. Plane takes off. And the plane gets diverted. It's hijacked. And then they land in the middle of the desert. And it's like Attila the Hun, right? And this whole thing pops up. And with that scene, and they've got to regas the plane, and they do this with these dudes on horseback and swords and things. And I thought that was the turning point in the film. I thought that's what was going on. Turns out, no, is the short answer to that. But anyway, I go and I do some research into the film, and this is what it says in Wikipedia, that the film is a remake. I'm losing my voice. Damn it. The film is a remake of Frank Capra's 1937 film of the same name with a screenplay by Larry Kramer. The stories of both were adapted from James Hilton's 1933 novel, Lost Horizon. And this is where it gets interesting. This is where I just started laughing. Lost Horizon was lambasted by critics at the time of its 1973 release, and its reputation has not improved since. It was selected for inclusion in the book The 50 Worst Films of all time. Co-written by critic Michael Medved, and is listed in Golden Raspberry Award founder John Wilson's book, The Official Razzie Movie Guide, as one of the 100 most enjoyably bad movies ever made. The film was also a box office bomb, losing an estimated $9 million. Now, that's a lot of money in 1973. And I loved it. I did. I thought it was an excellent movie. It was weird to have this revolution in China, a plane rescuing people, getting it out, getting it hijacked, landing in Shangri-La. They're stranded in the mountain. It doesn't land in Shangri-La. It crashes in the snow in the Himalayas. They get rescued by these people in like Sherpas, and who take them back, and they hike through the snow, the tops of these mountain peaks, and enter through this cave, come out the other side to beautiful green Shangri-La with perfect weather, and nobody ages. And that's brought up. And so anyway, so you're going through all of this, and it's really cool. It's well done. It's well filmed. It's all there. And about a half hour into the movie, and it's all great, they break into song. and it's Burt Bacharach wrote the music. Hal David, one of the greatest lyricists in the history of music, he wrote the lyrics to these songs. So you got Burt Bacharach and Hal David, right? Oscar-winning, Emmy, the dudes, right? And the music is great. And it's like, this doesn't fit. It's so bad, it's great. And I enjoyed it. And now, I thought that the parade scene, I need to, everybody needs to go and watch this movie, Lost Horizon, 1973. The parade scene when the first song breaks out, and dude, it's a full-on dance, Broadway, big production. It's like Cleopatra when Elizabeth Taylor gets brought in, and that huge scene and the pageantry and how big and all of the that's what's going on in Lost Horizon. It's like that, and but you're thinking, okay, so that's it. It was the parade scene. Oh no. Liv Ullmann and Sally Kellerman, they're in an office in this castle, and they just break into song. It's like, no way. And it's Burt Bacharach and Hal David. It's awesome. So that's it. Please tell me somebody has posted this up. It's called Lost Horizon. Lost Horizon. And here, I'll pop this up right now. This is the Wikipedia page, so nobody will forget it. Check out, you gotta watch this. Okay, that's it. And so everybody's got the links. It's right there. This film is magic, man. It's awesome. It is just awesome. And I love Liv Ullmann. She's great. Okay. All right. Where am I at? Oh, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, it's nice to finally talk to you, buddy.
Who's this?
Joe Hodge here. Joe Hodge.
Oh, hey, Joe. How you doing, man?
Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. Looking forward to seeing you in Laughlin. You still planning on doing the Sunday night get together for the Skywatch?
I'm going to bring my gear. Okay, that part is a guarantee. Okay, I'm going to bring my gear. How much energy and what happens on Sunday night after working for 3 or 4 days?
That's right.
That's a whole nother thing. But I'm bringing my gear, so I would love to do it.
Well, buddy, I've sent you the video and a couple pictures in the last couple of days up here in Montana. Bozeman, Montana. I've had quite an experience.
Yeah. Okay. So if you could, I watched one of the videos of the object above the house. Okay. So
correct.
Take
warehouse.
Okay. Take everybody. Well, you can see the roof. Anyway, take everybody through what is in this video.
Okay. I just rolled in town Sunday night and went for a walk. And took my camera. I was going to take some nice night shots at nighttime. And I come around the corner and I see this blue flickering star. I tend to have a lot of experiences, but anyway, I see this blue flickering star. So I knew immediately what it was. So I stepped back behind the corner of the building, and I had a new camera out. It's got a 4K zoom on it. I was about a block away, which it seemed like it was further up in the sky than it really was. So I shot 2 pictures right there with my new camera, and I was trying to take some video with it, but I couldn't. So I had to learn how to use it. So, but it looked like it was an orb or a blue and red or yellow flickering in the sky, white, blue mainly. And you can always tell. So then I gave it a few minutes. I took a couple pictures, about 3 or 4 minutes, and I walked the rest of the block, and I got my phone out, and I took that video. That's 2 minutes, 6 seconds long. I took the video. All I was looking at was a star in the sky, really, that was flickering. I didn't even notice it reflecting off of the roof. I did notice something on the roof because it emits a kind of a black foggy haze is the best way to describe it, and you can see it in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe that's kind of like a camouflage that they use. In the video, you can see the lights of let's call it an orb, per se, or a craft, whatever. The lights are reflecting off of the roof. You can see the colors changing on the roof, and then behind the roof is a telephone pole.
Mm-hmm.
And that telephone pole reflects the same colors as the craft as well. It's almost like there's some sort of camouflage that they use. So I released the video the next day, or the day, Monday or Tuesday. But I'm still looking at the video and I'm going, you know what? I took 2 pictures before I even got there from the corner of the building.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and pulled the picture up, and that's when all that stuff came out. And it looks like Hollywood. It looks like Monsters, Inc.
Yeah. It's
Hollywood.
It looks to me that it's pretty big and it's pretty close. It's not a star. You know, it doesn't.
Oh, you haven't. Have you seen the picture that I sent?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at them now.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like a star in the sky, and the star, and it's but the roof of the building. When you look in the video, you could see like a white fog come up from the building.
Mm-hmm.
I went back the next day and I did a little bit of research before I looked at. There are 2 vents back there, possibly for plumbing, like maybe a gas hot water here or a furnace.
Exhaust
the
fan.
building looks vacant, right? And it's below the ridge of that building. Where what could be steam, it looks like it's coming out the roof of the building. It comes up and it heads towards that star.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got that funny look to it. The 2 eyes, the nose, the mouth. It's swirled, and then
it's pretty strange, man.
So cold that night.
It's a pretty strange. It's a good capture. Did it? Now it doesn't look like it moves. Did it move?
It stays in one position, and it pretty much stays in one position the whole time. But see, the picture I took was about 4 minutes prior to the video. I didn't expose myself to them yet. I haven't taken the video and pulled frames out of it to see what's in those frames.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even messed with it because the picture was so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I took the picture. Then I moved down to about a block down, and I stood next to a telephone pole. So I'll try to brace my camera on something, my phone, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Try to brace it on something so to get a good shot. So I stood behind a telephone pole, and It was cold, man. It was so cold. My fingers were so cold. I ran like a block and a half to a gas station. I would love to say stay there and let's try to get the video of where did it go? Why did he just stop? I'm telling you, my fingers were frozen. They were so cold they hurt the next day. It was cold. It was 29, 30 degrees.
Hey Joe, your phone is breaking up a little bit, but just let me say this to everybody: the video is very, very interesting, and I've watched it multiple times, and I was just watching it right here in the studio. It's a very interesting video, and the pictures are amazing too. And Joe, safe travels. I will see you in Laughlin. And it's going to be a great weekend, man. Safe travels, and get there safe.
All right, will do.
Thank you so much, Joe. That's Joe Hodge, and he is on his way to Laughlin from Bozeman, Montana. And the video is interesting. I think it may be up, and if it's not, but it may be up in the Fade or Not fan page. It may be over there. I'm just doing a quick scroll down. I've got to get to a commercial, so I'm going to get that in. I'm looking. I don't see it here. Hey, Joe, post it up over in the Fade or Not fan group. Get it up over there because he sent it to me email and messenger. So there you go. All right. I got to take a quick break. It is Wednesday night, Fader night. That's right. I'll be right back after this short break. 747-228-2051. If you are on hold, stay right there. I'll get to your calls up next. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and the UnX Network. Number 1, Race Hobbs, Margie K. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Stay with me.
Listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30days free. That's coupon code 30 days free on forbiddenknowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at jimmychurchradio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I love it, man. Wednesday night, Fader night. What a great night tonight, too. Nothing but great calls. And, man, I talk smack to Casper Parks. See, I asked for that. Here's his book, Casper, Accidental Destiny. And get yourself a copy. And that was too funny. And, all right, Gene Vito. Hey, Gene. How you doing, my man? Whoa. That's going to get a, hey, Gene. My man, Gene Vito. Unbelievable. Gene Vito in the chat room. All right. What was I doing? I was just doing something. And, well, you know what? I've got phone calls going. I was going to say something, though. There was something there. It just got away from me. But looking forward to the show ending tonight. It was a great night on the show, but looking forward to it because it's Christmas Eve. I get up tomorrow and drive to Laughlin. It's going to be great. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I just posted up that I'm surviving on 3 hours sleep. I am. You know why? I did it. I absolutely did this. I binged season 4 last night, episode 1 to episode 10 of Ballers. Oh, man. And now, I wasn't planning on it. It was just one of those things. I thought, man, okay, Baller's got 5 seasons out. Where did I leave off? Which was years ago. And it turned out to be season 4. I got sucked into it, and I looked up and I checked and it's the last episode, and it's 4:30 in the morning. And I was like, I can't believe I just did this to myself. I got so much to do today. And fell asleep, woke up at 8. I woke up at 8 o'clock, got up. I had just a pile of things to get done today. And I've been in the zone. I have been in the zone all day today. So there you go. Now, after the show tonight, I'm going to do okay. Again, stay right there. I'm going to get to you in a second. I have been watching Roswell. Now, if you haven't watched Roswell, I recommend it. Now, it's way out. Now, it takes place, obviously, in Roswell, New Mexico. You've got the 1947 crash. You've got all of that. You've got some crazy reenactments. Some of the dating is weird. Like, they have it in June of 1947 instead of July. That kind of mistake is intentional. So, Jordan Pease just texted me 2 minutes ago. See you in Laughlin. I'll see you in Laughlin, Jordan. Looking forward to that. But anyway, it's pretty interesting. And it's a younger generation, okay? Aliens and things. But the depiction, there's no grays. The occupants of the craft are humans, humanoid. And what's going on their planet, it's very interesting. There's a dictator. But the other parts of the show, and it's great. It's a pretty cool storyline. And I'm on the last episode now of season 3 that was just released. Okay, so this is new. It's a new series. But check out Roswell. It is really, really good. And so instead of wrapping up season 3 last night, which was my plan, I got sucked into Ballers and ended up binging the entire season. Because I think each episode is like 25 minutes. So there, do the math. 11 p.m. till 4:30. Oh, man. But so that's the zone that I'm in right now. All right. Let's get back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
What's up, Jimmy? This is Clint and Dave.
Hey, Clint. Hey, Dave.
From Georgia.
How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Great show. You opened it up tonight about Shangri-La. I went and watched the trailer of that movie. Reminded me of Admiral Richard Byrd, you know, when he was in Antarctica and apparently kept going. And it was exactly how you described it from the movie, like the Hollow Earth, they called it. And I did a little Google research. Apparently, the Himalayas, the Arctic and Antarctic are connected. So under the sea, I don't know, Jim, I think you just broke open something, something amazing.
It could be.
Yes.
Could be. Have you guys watched it yet, though? We're talking about Lost Horizon. You haven't watched it yet? You just watched the trailer?
Just as you mentioned it, I have not watched it.
Okay.
You mentioned it, watched it.
Oh, man, it's a cool movie. And like I said, I've warned everybody, they're going to break into song. So, and it's so strange. It's so strange when it happens because you've got a revolution, right? You've got the escape on the plane. You've got the hijack. You've got Attila the Hun, or whatever you want to call, that part of China in the high desert, and then flying out, and then the plane crashes in the Himalayas. You've got all of this intensity, and it's well done. It's all cool. It's fine, and they get rescued, and they get to Shangri-La, and that's cool. And what is going on there, right? It's science fiction. It's awesome. It's a great story. And then Burt Bacharach and Hal David kick in with the Broadway musical. It's like, what's going on here? And it's
Hollywood back then. I remember you talking to Jordan Maxwell on the phone. He was out there. I remember he said he thought it was the 1950s, but it's actually the 30s. The movie reminded me when you were talking to Jordan Maxwell when he was out there in the 50s.
Right. It's a period movie, so it's shot to look like it's in the late 40s, whenever the People's Revolution in China went down. That's so you've got the Douglas DC-3. You'll see. Yeah, just watch it.
Yeah. Forgetting what administration and how the military was back then, they're saying Shangri-La, the underlying thing is they came to a place that was just reminded me of Admiral Byrd talking about when he was flying in Antarctica, and it became green lands, beautiful, everything was pristine.
Yep.
Same thing. Connected that for me.
Yep. It's a great movie. You guys are going to dig it. I'm serious. Now, for everybody out there that's going to go and watch it, I gave you all of the warnings. You need to know what to expect. But get to the end. It's got a great ending. And just check it out. It's a really cool movie. There's
Jim, you mentioned Roswell. Sorry, I apologize. It just blew my mind. You said you watched Roswell. Well, 37. Forget when you were talking to Tom DeLonge when he called you a few years ago before he was doing To the Stars. You mentioned about it was Roswell. I think the military was just like ground military. And when you mentioned Roswell, there was a crash. Did we get Air Force after that? And then Navy, now
did it basically
back then,
come from that?
Right. Okay. All right. So it's an interesting part of history, and I'm glad that you guys brought this up. The air base in Roswell was called the Army Airfield. Okay, so when the atomic bombs were dropped in Japan, that was by the Army. That there was no Air Force. Air Force hadn't been created yet. So when Roswell happened in 1947, after World War II, it's 1947, and that is the atomic air base. That was the Roswell Army Airfield. The Air Force was not created yet. So when the military goes out to the Brazil Ranch to check out the crash, that was the Army that went out there from the air base, which was the Army Airfield. It wasn't the Air Force that investigated that crash. It was the Army. So it's a really good point that you guys just brought up. But yeah, originally, the Air Force happened later.
Moody Air Force Base out here. We're from Florida. We moved out here. There's no commercial airlines. Whatever's flying apparently is military or unidentified. And it just reminded me of when you're talking to Linda Moulton Howe, and she was with Colonel Corso, and they distributed certain parts in the colleges. I was wondering if
universities,
if our place at Moody Air Force Base had some of that technology. I haven't seen anything out here that hit Mach 100 now, but I've seen some triangle lights out here, which is pretty amazing. I appreciate that little lesson. I did not know that. And that makes perfect sense after that, because Tom DeLonge, when you're talking to him, he was in front of a church parked. If God wears Birkenstocks, you still need to get a shirt made of that. And that there's twinkling lights in the sky. There's a crash. There's recovery. And everything we built. Now we're at the point where it's amazing how Space Force, 70 years later?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, hey, Clint, hey, Dave, you guys got to come out to the West Coast, man, and hang out with me at a conference.
Can't wait, brother.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, man. I appreciate it. And remember, your church guitars, instead of Stratocaster, it's Steeple. Reminding me of that conversation you had with Tom. The Steeple. No joke. See me dunking churches.
Oh,
That's
man.
Next. Appreciate it, Jim.
That's too funny. You guys have a great weekend, man.
Yes, sir. You too.
You guys are the best.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. Clint and Dave out there in Georgia, the absolute best, man. And can you imagine hanging out with those two? That's a lot of fun. And Tara, this shot of Frank Zappa drinking coffee, that's one of the great gifts. Oh, Triscale just got up ballers. Oh, man. All right. There you go. All right. What does doing Renos and listening to Fade to Black, what is Renos? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's a GIF of Renos. Oh, extra old stock black label. There you go. All right. That's Brother Bob Noxious. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox where all the Fadernauts hang out each night. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hoy, hoy, hoy. The hybrid people are boring me to pieces, Jimmy. I wish they'd all go away. This is Lafayette from Court of Militia.
How you doing, Lafayette?
I'm doing good. I was listening to your show the other night, and you were taking it to the fences with your camera at the military bases there.
Yep.
Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel good?
Well,
I never.
This is Lafayette. I didn't post. I only posted one picture. Okay, I took 50, but I can't. I don't think it's cool that I post them in real time. That is some secret stuff going on out there, and they need they need their privacy. But yeah, I thought to myself, let me be very clear. I drive a very distinctive Jeep. Okay, it's black. It's black on black. It's got fade to black license plates on it. It's nice. It's clean. It's shiny. It stands out. And so this black Jeep is driving around these secret installations at the entrances and the fences, stopping, and it's got some dude, right, wearing sunglasses that looks shifty. I don't look cool. I look like a shifty dude. And
that's why I call your show, Jimmy.
Yeah,
the other one.
and I'm sitting there taking these pictures, and people see me doing this. They're driving by, and they work there. So I expect this. They're writing down my license plate. Dude, black Jeep, taking pictures. License plate, F2 black. And
come on, Jimmy. I use probability thinking. They've already been briefed at all the gates about you from Fade to Black. They've got a 100%,
100%, or they're not doing their job.
Exactly.
I've already been followed. I know. They have to be doing. They have to be aware. If they are not aware of stuff like that going on the perimeter of these bases, then the security forces are doofuses. They've got to. They've got to. That's cool. That's cool. I'm asking for trouble. I'm totally asking for it, and I can only imagine when the confrontation happens, right? When the conversation happens, it's going to be straight out. Okay, Mr. Church. They're gonna come at me like that. They're not gonna go, okay, we need to see your ID. That's not going to be the conversation. It's going to be, okay, Mr. Church, you need to chill out with this. All right, we know what's going on. Just come on, get in your car and drive. That's going to be the conversation, and that's what I expect. I really do, and it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. I'm asking for it. Well,
them following you is part of the conversation. I mean, they didn't need to know where you're going. They're telling you something when they follow you.
100%.
They know you know.
100%. When I had said on the show the other day, I am up on the fence. I get out of my Jeep. I walk.
That's getting a little over the line when you get on the fence, right?
Right. I'm up at the fence with my phone, right? Holding my phone up in between the barbed wire, right? Because I don't want the barbed wire in the shot. And I just snap on my tippy toes. And while this is going on, I see this car and I look right behind me. This car pulls up and it's about 50 yards back in the dirt. Now, I want everybody to just visualize what I'm talking about here. Middle of the desert. No traffic, no cars, no action. I'm the only vehicle there, and
just give me a spook.
Out of the security gate comes this car and pulls into the dirt along the side of the road behind me, and I'm on my tippy toes, man. I'm like this. I'm shooting, and I'm looking at the car. And I just kind of was like, all right, okay, all right, it's cool. I'm leaving, and I turn around, I get in the Jeep and leave. The car didn't move; stayed behind me in the dirt. And I was like, okay.
Like I said, they know where you're going, Jimmy. They don't. They're just sending you a message.
Well, we winked at each other. There was it was like, what's up? Okay, all right. But yeah, and they probably took a picture of the Jeep. Right? They got my license plate, which means they've got my address, right?
They probably got a microphone in your house.
Okay, so this is what I was going to say to that. So my neighbors the houses are on big pieces of land, right? So it's not like we're up on top of each other, right? The houses are spread out. So I got a little bit of space there. But from my back patio, 2 miles away is the runway for Skunk Works and Area 52 and the plant, all the stuff that's going on at Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, all that stuff is going on down there. And but there are a couple of taller houses that can see, if they want to, they would see me from their second floor sitting on my back patio with binoculars, right? So I'm out there, and I got my binoculars. I've got night vision. I've got the big binoculars. I got the small binoculars, and I'm sitting out there. And yesterday, this is what happens. This is yesterday. I didn't talk about this last night on the show. This is what happens yesterday. I can hear this. And I'm like, man, that is loud. Okay, something's about to take off. So I'm sitting out there, and I reach over, and I grab my binoculars, and I just wait. And there it is, just right above the house. It's the U2, and it's coming straight at me. And this was a different U2 than the one that I saw a couple of weeks ago. This one has got the big fuel tanks underneath the wings. Or it's the same one and they added the fuel tanks to it, okay? But anyway, it's black and it's coming straight at me. And I take out my binoculars and I'm looking at it, and it was just majestic, man. And these engines have the craziest sound. It's a low rumbling locomotive thing. It's not a high-pitched whining jet, thundering. No. And it just so anyway, and I just track it and it just goes straight up and heads out. So anyway, I took a couple of pictures. I did do that, and I'm watching it in the binocular, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if my neighbors are watching me. Are they watching me track? Right? I'm watching this U2. They work there, and they're like taking notes. We got weird dude on his back patio. He's got 15 sets of binoculars. He's taking pictures, and he's out there, and they're taking pictures of me. Right? And it, and so I kind of put the binoculars down, and I had that weird thought. I'm just wondering if somebody is watching me be the weird dude. Right? Am I the weird dude?
Yeah.
Am I the weird guy? I don't know. But it was pretty crazy. And just yesterday I watched the U2 take off. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. That's just insane. And okay, so man, I've got so many calls on hold, and this is it. I'm out of time. Let me say this. So after the U2 took off, it was about same trajectory. And by the way, there was a rocket launch tonight. I missed it at 6 p.m. Did anybody see the SpaceX took off out of Vandenberg tonight? I wanted to watch that. Okay, well, anyway, so it takes off, and it's like the U2, and it was like a minute behind it. Not long. No, wait a minute. No, I'm exaggerating. It was about 3 minutes. But right behind it, a radar plane, like, I don't know what you call them, like the P3, there's a name.
The big disc on top?
Yeah. So that takes off, and it's right in the same flight path as the U2. So I'm thinking to myself, I wonder is that a mission? Are they going somewhere?
Could be a mission, sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Did they fly to North Korea from here? I don't know where.
They can refuel in the air and stuff, so it could be to anywhere.
Absolutely. So yeah, I and I'm watching that, and I'm just thinking, I swear, I'm like, man, if somebody's watching me do this, if I was watching somebody do this, I would be tripping on that dude. You know what I mean? I'd be like, man, that guy's logging, military flights. and he's out there. So yeah, it's on the back of my mind. Will I get a visit? It wouldn't. I'm not expecting it, but it wouldn't surprise me. And if I'm out there,
would it do any good? Would it change your behavior if they do a visit?
I think that if it happens, I think it would be more about they just want to see who I am. Make sure that I'm not Chinese. That I'm not Russian. That I'm not
according to Richard Dolan, the Chinese have a few booths in Area 51. We're sharing all our secrets with our enemies. They're just keeping it from us.
Yeah, that could be. That type of cooperation would not surprise me at all. But I figure that if the conversation happens, it would just be feeling out the situation, right, and just making mental notes that I'm not out here causing trouble. And
they'd run a psyop on you, Jimmy. That's what they do.
Oh, they know. Come on, man.
They know there'd be a car or something that would just entrance you and divert you or something. They know exactly how to get to you psychologically.
Yeah,
and you didn't even know what was happening.
Yeah.
They'd use AI.
Yeah. I'm looking at all the cars. It's really funny. I am. Look, man. I live in one of the most technically innovative locations on planet Earth. This is where the stuff goes down. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. That's what everybody's jobs are. That's what everything is going on. I get that. I do.
And I'll bet you have some Russian and Chinese neighbors that are probably spooks too.
Oh,
they can do the same thing you're doing.
Now you're polluting my mind. I'll talk to you, Lafayette. Have a great weekend, my man. Thank you so much.
All right, you too.
Great phone call. It's time to fade to black, and it's time to end this show. Everybody that is left on hold, I love all of you. I love all of you. I just couldn't get to everything tonight, and like I said, I'm out of here. Tonight's my Christmas Eve. I get to jump in the car and head to Laughlin, Nevada for the Starworks, UFOs, everything, all the above and beyond conference. So I'll see everybody out there. It's going to be great. I will arrive sometime tomorrow afternoon. Look for that black, fade to black Jeep. That's all you got to do. I want to thank Race Hobbs for coming in earlier tonight. That was just a great conversation. And again, big congratulations to Margie K, Race Hobbs, and everybody over at the UnX Network. Christina Gomez came in tonight, too. And Christina, sorry about the end of that conversation. Little technical snafu. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, who was in the chat room tonight, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network syndication, the UnX Network. This broadcast only copyrighted 2021 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I've got to work. I've got a long weekend in front of me. I'm going to hang out in social media. I want everybody to have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. And I'll see you right back here on Monday. It's time to fade to black.